Hello, good evening, everybody. Hi, I'm Jasline here. So, yeah, it's been a long time since I do a Facebook Live. Okay, yeah, it's important that we stay connected. As parents as well. Okay, because of the heavy, hectic schedule that I have for being a PSLE coach. So I only have a little time tonight. To actually invite people to come and talk to me. On your anxiousness for PSLE or any question you have. Whether it's studies or well-being. And I welcome the questions. Okay, so mainly today I want to really share with you all some great tips, that I have gathered from parents and students, the errors that they make or some things that they could have neglected. And I really want to remind everybody, who is having children in PSLE soon, in a few days' time on Thursday, okay, that, really what we know is to stay composed, calm, of course. If we can give very good reminders and help our children, to score better, of course, that is all our dream, right? So please go and share and like, and then share with your friends who has children or child that is in PSLE this year right now and having exams in a few days' time. All right. So hi, I'm Jasline here. Okay, I'll tell you more about myself soon. Okay. So I'm going to share a little bit about my slides over here. I hope you all can see my slides. Yeah, I'm using online slides, so I just need to hope that everybody can see. So now my slide, you can see that is PSLE countdown. Okay, so recommended reminders for better score. Okay, so we are all into this PSLE mode, where we, I could say that a lot of people are talking about the achievement levels, how hard they are, how difficult it is, But whatever it is, we have to stay really focused, that we do our best in the exams. That's what all parents want. Okay. And of course, grades is very important. Okay, and still to the end of our live, because I'm going to give my tickets for the upcoming webinar next month, okay, which is a 3M system to ace the exams. And you come to my webinar, you sign up for the link, you also get a free ebook, and a lot of bonuses in my webinar, right? Okay, so what are we going to learn today, right? So there are 3 things to take away today. And one is that parents often neglect well-being. Okay, so we need to take note, and what are the things we can take note, areas to note. Okay, and second thing is parents can remind their child these 3 things that are so important. So what are the 3 important things? So I'm going to share with you as well. And of course, for mathematics, right, a lot of children and parents are very anxious about it. Okay, and to me, among the 4 subjects, maths is one of the subjects that is, I feel that we need to take a little bit more care, because accuracy is so important, and a lot of children are lacking in accuracy, and it could change their grades drastically if you're not careful. Okay, so who am I? Okay, I'm Jasline. I'm an international speaker. Okay, these are all my past conferences. Okay, I'll be having a conference really soon in November, so stay tuned in my Facebook page, right? And of course, importantly, I'm a coach for parents and children, meaning to say I coach not only the children in their whatever areas it is, whether it's life or whether it's study, and also I work with parents. So I do not only work with children. Okay, that is my specialty. And then I use my 4-step role system to help many parents and children achieve their relationship that they want, and also a better and happy lifestyle, right? So these are my students, and also importantly, we have to have a balance in our life, and study is one of the most important things in our children. And I hope everybody can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, I'm Singapore's first tactical parenting strategies. I just had released a video about visual text, with Teacher Mac, and then I hope that you can watch it, just before your PSLE, right? So just search Jasline Loves, and then you can come to see my YouTube. I also give tips on study and parenting as well. And remember, what are the powerful reminders for parents who are taking PSLE soon? Okay, whether it's health, work, or whether your children is studying, or whether it's time that we're talking about, we have to have reminders, right? So let's all see. Okay, so these are my own survey that I've done. Okay, with my parents that are having the child doing the PSLE this year, right? So 80% parents are very anxious is the focus on studies. Okay, meaning to say, how are they going to do well? What are the areas they need to do? What are the practices they need to finish? And what are the extra lessons that they need to have? So parents, 80% of parents that I have, who are mentoring their children with together, are all focusing on studies. 80% of them, right? And only 20% are very concerned about well-being. Okay, so I have a student that is get anxious about going for exams. Okay, so the parents will actually put a lot of focus on telling the child that, we really love you a lot, and then we want you to do well, but of course you yourself being your well-being is just as important or even more important. Okay, so I will say that the 80% and 20%, this kind of range between parents, division between focus on studies and well-being. Of course, there are parents who have taken leave so that this week they can schedule the important practices and stay along with their children. Okay, thumbs up for these parents, right? So second thing is, okay, let's talk about what are the things we need to care about well-being, right? Okay, so of course, most important thing is eating. Okay, we need our children to eat right. Okay, eat right, eat the right thing, must eat breakfast. Okay, to me, that's very, very important. Okay, and also the meals, lunch and dinner as well, and most important, next thing is about sleep. Sleep, I've actually talked about it in a lot of my conferences and my webinars, because sleep actually affects our brain cells. Okay, so I've also been coaching children that have very not so good sleeping habits, to actually sleep more, because our brain really needs the rest in it. And then the next day you are able to do your exams much better. So trust it, okay? Exercise, especially weekends. And what's next? Okay, so in study-wise, right, these are a few reminders for parents. Really, we have to take note of the handwriting of our children, encourage them to write neatly. Okay, they do not need to rush. Okay, neatly, I've even made my student actually write on lines. Really important, because if your teachers are not going to read what you write, it's very difficult for them to give marks. So please remind your children to write legible, okay? Legible handwriting, all right? And then second important tip, to remind your children is that do not rush into answering the question, okay? Because sometimes the children just rush into writing the answers down, whether it's MCQ, or maybe they have this first instance of an essay that they want to write in this way. But always be very cautious, take a step back again, read the second time, the third time, understanding it before answering, okay? And this is one of the very, very important or the biggest mistake I feel that children actually make during the exams, right? They actually just rush into doing the answers, okay, without thinking for a second or third time. And that we can say it's carelessness, but I think it's more consciousness about answering right, okay? And number 3 is consider all options, okay? So especially for PSLE, there's a lot of MCQ questions, okay? And a lot of children just rush into, my gut feeling is that number, that answer, that I just right. But this is not about it. You have to consider A, B, C, D, which are the differences between the options, and then make the right choice. Okay, this is really important, and you can really, really earn a lot more marks, and then prevent losing of marks. Okay, and of course, third is time management. Okay, so do remind your children every exam, what is the time allocated, and then be careful about time you spend on each question. Divide them equally. Okay, if you have like for example, you have 1 hour to do like maybe 20 questions. What's the time you need? And of course, the easier questions are in front, and you need more time for the questions that's behind. So please tell your children how much time. They may not know, okay? I will tell you, some children, they don't know that how much time they need, okay, for every exam. Of course, they've been through prelims, right? But it's always good to tell them to manage time properly before PSLE, right? And this is super, super important. And these are the 4 important points that I want to remind our parents, right? And for maths, right, I said that I really feel that many students are very, very anxious about it, okay? Of course, some are more anxious about English or Chinese or the mother tongue, or even science, right? But I feel that mathematics is still one of the more, I would say is children are have more chances of getting errors. So that's why as parents, we want to remind them about. Okay, so for maths, right, of course, we have talked about understanding questions, and not rushing into it. But this is so important in mathematics because of less problem sums involved. There's so many numbers involved, and it's really important. You need to understand questions and all the clues that they give. You have to use all of them, right? And number 2 is clear workings. Okay, so this is actually lacking in many students, where they just simply continue to do their workings, but first thing may not be very clear, or maybe the steps are not very clear, or maybe you don't even, for example, if you can easily annotate that, this is what Ali has before and Ali have after. So it's very clear, just have a little annotation, and it's very clear that what is this number? Because the worst thing is that you have done a lot of workings, but actually you mixed up the workings and you cannot get the answer. Okay, so very clear in mathematics is really clear workings. What is every step? And it also goes through the thought process, how you can eventually get the answer, right? And also go back to the question again to see whether you have gotten the right answer for the question that they asked. Okay, and third is conversion of different measurements. Okay, this is something that a lot of children are actually should just not forget. Okay, but they forgot and then they derive the wrong answer. Okay, so when there's meters and centimeters in the same question, remember to convert. Okay, don't make them do your multiplication or your division using different measurements. Okay, this is not right. Okay, and whenever it's kilometers, if the question has meters as well, please convert them to something that is common, whether you change all into kilometers or into meters, right? And third one is use the right formulas. And I will say under the exam stress, your child could be using the wrong formulas. So be very clear, okay, and ensure your child knows all the right formulas, okay, before going for that or the mathematics, especially for geometry. Geometry requires a lot of rules, right? Rules about trapezium, rules about angles on a straight line, etc. So this, to me, is also a very fixed framework that your child has to know. Okay, so you must use the right formula, or say the right rules, so that you can solve the maths questions. All right, and of course, the important I always stress to all my students is that double check. Okay, double check. What I mean is you are actually aiming for 3 A's. What is the 3 A's? Accuracy, accuracy, and accuracy. Okay, so the focus and the mindset about maths is really about accuracy. Okay, so my mentees always have to understand this. Okay, they have to strive for every question to do their best and then score, because now the achievement level is so close. Every 5 marks is 1 level, especially after AL4, right? So remember to double check your answers and have different ways of checking. Okay, I always tell my students that please do not just have one way of checking. Like you look at 12 minus 9, okay, then for example you put 2, right? It's wrong. But if you keep checking the same way, you will never see any answers that is wrong. You will say, it's the same, it's right. So think of other ways of checking the answers that will help you a lot, right? And to me, the summarize of my whole sharing is that number one, well-being is very important, for a child at this point in time. Always give help, and always ask for them for how they're feeling, whether you require more time or more help from different areas. Okay, understanding their well-being. Okay, don't neglect it, and remember to remind your child's common errors, okay, and mistakes is very crucial, so that they don't repeat the mistakes, right? And of course, the third one is actually to go for it, meaning to say, actually, if you work consistently, remembering all the reminders, actually tell your child just go for it, PSLE exam, and everything will be good, because you're actually, there's no need to worry, okay, by actually actioning on it, doing consistently, and then always know that you have done the best, that's important, right? And of course, this is my link. Okay, you can take a snapshot, Okay, sorry, this is my Merry Christmas. But it's fine, right? Okay, so actually, this is a link to sign up. Okay, this is the link. Take a snapshot and a free ebook and sign up. So my webinar is next month. Okay, so to me, importantly, I love to motivate parents that they are the beacon of light, and I always help parents to actually find a way to become happy parents, to happy children, and I help the parents and children to move in the right directions and give them strategies to reach their goals. And thank you for watching, and I appreciate so much. And you can share my video to your friends, okay? And also remember, I have a YouTube video, I have a YouTube channel. I also upload this video in my YouTube later on, and I hope you can like and subscribe, okay, and like my video right now, right? And thank you so much, and I hope my tips are really useful and you use them. All right, so I will find chances to actually do live and then tell you how to do other kind of maybe other subjects, that you need to give some reminders, whether it's PSLE or secondary school exams. To me, it's all very important as parents to actually remind your child once in a while, okay, and especially before exams, right? Okay, so thank you so much. Okay, goodbye.